Sorry, guys. I'll wait for the room to fill back up. Sunrise, sprinkle it with dew. Little intermission. We're about to hit Serbia. We're about to do the whole Serbia thing. We've been through Mexico. Now we're about to do Serbia. I know I lost probably a lot of y'all on this. I won't get you back. But for those who want to finish this ride, let's finish it. You know? Jam. That song has just been my jam. All right, guys. Thanks for letting me rock out for a little bit. A little intermission. Little intermission right there. I love that song. It's fun. All right, guys, we're back in Serbia. Amira's dressed to the 9s again, dressed to the 10s, dressed to the 11s, the 12s, the 13s, you know. She's at the airport, and she's looking stellar, like she does at every airport. I mean, she just flew. It's not a long flight from France to Serbia, maybe 2 hours or so. So we're about to do the Serbia saga, and I got my Core 40 here, so let's have some fun. Blue sky, so bright. Here we go. Serbia, and you are here in Serbia. Let's take a look at that hotel, why don't we? Boom. There's a 4-star hotel called the Privilege Suites. That's the actual entrance. That's the actual exterior. Those are the rooms. It's well located. We could probably even type it in here. Let's figure out where she was. Here we go. It was her choice. She chose this hotel. I mean, like, I was even saying I will get her a different hotel. Like, here's the hotel. Like, it's really freaking fancy, guys. Like, blows my mind. So here's the location. There's the fanciness. Boom. Where are we? Look, there's a Hugo Boss. They're right outside. Look at all these nice makeup stores. You get to go shopping. You know, there's shuttle car service. That's one of the thank you notes. And you are centrally located. Boom. Look at all the food around you. That's just within walking to Hugo Boss, which is right up the street. If you want to take another block, look how much you got. Heck, you could walk to the park and eat at the cafe. You know? All this shit was open. All of this shit was open. So, centrally located, right in the center of town, right around all the amenities. It blows my mind the street she ends up on, you know? Like, yeah, I mean, she lived in Fancyland for 14 days. I mean, I feel bad for Serbia on this one, you know? They showed it pretty good, actually, in the beginning, but now it takes a turn. Yeah, basically the Rodeo Drive of Serbia, exactly. Like, she's literally in the best location of probably the entire country, you know? She was not this sad when I talked to her. This sad, dejected, this is all cuts. This is all edits to really kind of play into the face. It was like, I would be foolish to be interacting like this. I think I say cheer up, but like, she was not this down. No. See all the things that she's saying? Like, it's just, who am I going to turn to? When she literally calls me her back office baby right before she lands, you know? back off his baby for a baby. Like, she says these things to the camera, but yet she interacts with me completely differently. And here's her in Serbia. You can look at the date. That's when she was there. She has access to unlimited amount of food. Basically, she's saying here she could buy as many donuts as she wants for 5 cents. You know? I'm like, you should have got 100 of them. It's crazy. This whole thing, this was not how she was interacting with me when she landed in Serbia.
I've just disappointed my whole family and friends. I gave up on my studies. I got detained in Mexico City.
Gave up on her studies? She gave up on those well long ago. Not for me. Like, that... Look at all the things that she throws in there. You know? She gave up on her studies. She does, like, all these things. They're all my fault. You know? She has absolutely no personal decisions that she's ever made previous to me or anything like that. I did that. Urgent care. Who's in urgent care? All right. We are at... I think we pop up again. No, we don't. Do we? No. All right. So now we are on to episode 14. Yeah, Angie's fault for giving her too many makeup stores to choose from. like I apparently am at fault for everything that happened in her life prior to me and after. Like, the things that she listed there were some of them couldn't have possibly been my fault. You know, we were together for 2 years. All right. Episode 14. Oh, this is a big episode. We show up a lot on episode 14. I guess this is one of our bigger episodes. Okay. I know, guys. You're right. I get it.
On 90 Days Fiance.
My visa expires in 3 weeks. He's not ready to plan wedding. I am if friends, but I'm still...
Where are we? We're at 29. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I did. I see a question. Did I do the previously ons? Yeah, I did. I did previously ons or next time on 90 Day Fiance. They did my voice for those, but they never used my voice because they hate me. I'm pretty sure they hate me. I don't know. They never said it explicitly, but it seems like they hate me. You know? They never used my my voice for even though I did them. I did the next time on, or next season on, or this next previously on, you know. I did those. But they used Amira for a lot of them.
Andrew was telling me that he was happy this time I don't end up in jail. So why I have the feeling I end up in jail?
Look at the sound effects that they're using. She's not even in the same area anymore. They've literally gone to somewhere else to take this.
This time I don't end up in jail. So why I have the feeling I end up in jail?
They literally go to like the worst block in Belgrade. They take her over to the worst block in Belgrade, and they're just like, "Hey, Amira, stand here and walk around and see like you're in the worst place in the world." You know, you guys saw where she was. It wasn't that square. You know, that right there. Look at it again. You got this car propped up here. Looks like there's somebody in that car. There's somebody in that car. A door is opened. You got Peppa Pig over here. You got, Paw Patrol, SpongeBob hanging out. Like, they very much so got this particular corner. They saw something bad and they wanted to get this very particular. It's all the same corner. It's the same corner.
Police on and on and on. It's really scary. So I have to get out of here.
That B-roll. Get that B-roll, Yeah, Serbia did have protests, but during the time that she was there, most of them had turned relatively peaceful, and it wasn't that, and it wasn't where she was. It was not that where she was. So it's definitely a big to do. I was actually in this time. If you guys want to have some actual streets on fire and stuff like that, I was in Portland, Oregon, literally at this time. I was up in Portland. I invited the crew to come follow me around Portland during the protests and go and see everything that was going on. They refused to go check out Portland with me, even though I was up there. But they had no problem going over to get the worst angle that Belgrade possibly has, Belgrade's a beautiful city. Anyone who says differently, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be in trouble. We'll find out.
What happened?
We show up at...
That we first started talking, she expressed the desire to be a mom, but something... If you did come here, our kids in the future...
I can't know beforehand.
From the moment that we first started talking, she expressed the desire to be a mom, but something's changed. I'm asking for a vague promise of children.
The whole kids conversation in this was tossed in by producers, and Amira was so willing to jump on that like red meat. So we're having this conversation while she's in Serbia. This is when I really should have picked up on the alliance going on, because this is when the conversation about kids really started. They started tossing it in at random points. It was meaningless. You see me just say, oh, all I want is a vague promise, but she does the same thing every single conversation, every single time. But you're going to be mad, but you want this. You're just a bad person. You are this. You're bad. Blah, blah, blah. You'll be mad. And I'm literally on the other side, whoa. All I want is a vague promise. I'm literally saying we can redo the visa. It blows my mind, some of the things. She would take the meaty parts that producers would throw her, and she would just grab onto it and be like, I can totally get you with that. Blah, 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 blah. It's mind games. It totally is. The whole thing about kids. I showed you guys the book, She told me she wanted kids so often, so much. We named them, all this stuff, And then this whole thing happens. Once the producers got involved, once we got on this show, everything changed, including her face and herself. You can see it happening here. It's already started to happen, Once we got on this show, she changed, man. She changed.
It's up to you. It is what I'm trying to explain to you. It is up to you.
How is it?
Are you excited for the trip? Promise of children.
Okay. It is not up to me. And in my world, children are not the prerogative of the dude. You know, they're not the prerogative of me to say that, oh, you have to have kids. That's not my role. You know, I'm all about ladies having their own autonomy over their bodies and person in every way. So it really threw me for a loop when she started to characterize me in this way, as if I want kids, like I need them now, like I don't care about her own agency and her own feelings and her own autonomy, like, because that wasn't the thing at all. These were meaty bits thrown in by production, and she would just lash onto them, and I wanted nothing to do with it. That's why you see me go like, all I want is a vague promise, you know.
It's up to you. It is what I'm trying to explain to you. It is up to you.
Are you excited for the trip?
Yeah, so.
That goofy face. I am so done with these people by this point. Like,
How are things out in Serbia, baby?
It's hard to be without you.
I'm you there.
It's so lonely.
I'm here for you, baby. You can call me anytime.
You're working all day long. You can't be there.
Amira's been in Serbia for 5 days now, and it's understandable she's feeling a little bit down. She's a little bit bored.
we talked every day when she was in Serbia, every single day. And she had access to food. In fact, we would video call. She was eating at cafes. So maybe a little bit bored, because sitting anywhere for 14 days, I guess you can get a little bit bored. But she wasn't hungry. And she was in a very nice hotel. And I was still even willing to come out. And like, we talked every day. She walked out all the time. She was out and about. Like, she even wanted to like take a dog with her. Like, the way that she's describing her experience is so different than the way in which she actually lived it.
And I want to cheer her up. I want to show her, I want to tell her about all the fun things we're going to be doing in our 90 days.
That was a play. Hey, Andrew, what are you guys going to do when she gets here? Any activities, fun things you guys want to do? I come up with things like, oh man, we can go camping. We can do mini golf. We can go watch the, UFC fights. Amira used to do that with me all the time when we were here. Not the camping part. We go shopping at makeup stores. We go look at dresses and stuff. There were a whole list of activities that I gave. We go to Las Vegas. We could go to Monterey. I had on there. I had LA. I had a whole list of things. I even sent it over. But they focused on like the goofiest ones. Like, oh, we're gonna go camping, which is cool. Camping's cool. But like. Yeah, I gave a whole list of things, and like, oh yeah, we're gonna do these things.
Be excited, baby, because when you do get here, we got some plans. We're gonna do camping.
I've never done camping. It's I see that in American movies, but I can try. Yeah, I can do that for you.
You should see the campsite that I was going to have for her, too. Oh, my God. Let me see if I can pull it up. It was over at Folsom Lake. You'll love it. You'll see that I am just getting screwed, because even TLC knew the campsite that I was going to take her to. Let's see. Here it was. This was it. It wasn't the kind of camping you thought it was going to be. This was what we were booking. It's not a tent. I mean, it's like a yurt, Like, you got a full bed, all these amenities, like pets allowed. I could take the dog. There's a toilet. Like, it wasn't going to be like what they thought. I mean, or what they made it appear to be. Like, so yeah, the whole camping thing. I mean, I get it. Camping sounds one way. It sounds like something. It sounds like, oh, you want to take a girl who did all this and take her out and go camping. The camping idea was a luxurious camping experience. It wasn't going to be like, it was like this big yurt with a big bed, even had like electricity. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, you know? Like, so, I don't know. People just hate me, man. I don't even think they know the facts. All right, where were we? It's 14.
Previously on 90 Days Fiance.
My visa expires in 3 weeks. He's not ready to plan wedding.
I'm not trying to like.
Okay. I lost our spot, guys. I'm sorry.
Understandable. She's feeling a little. I'm with you there.
Right.
I
Feel so lonely.
I'm here for you, baby. You can call me anytime.
You're working all day long. You can't be there.
I
Amira's
do,
been in Serbia for 5 days.
You guys gotta recognize I am working all day long. Like, I mean, like, there is a lot to do when it comes to my business and operating it and like all these things. And it's not, I talk to her every day. We talked on the phone every day. What she's saying is false, you know? But what I'm trying to impose upon you guys is like, hey, a lot of the times they're catching me at my job. I'm a working man. And Amira, on the other hand, all these opportunities, all these moments in which she's on film, she's literally had the entire day to prepare for that moment. You know, me, it's like I literally get tossed to the wolves right as it's happening, you know?
Now, and it's understandable. She's feeling a little bit down. She's a little bit bored. And I want to cheer her up. I want to show her, I want to tell her about all the fun things we're going to be doing in the 90 days.
We were going to go
Be
glamping.
excited, baby, because when you do get here, we got some plans. We're going to do camping.
I've never done camping. It's I see that in American movies, but I can try. Yeah, I can do that for you.
We'll go meet Gary and Connie.
Yeah.
She's about to have her baby, you know? I'm excited for them being parents.
They turn the whole like, oh, I'm excited that I'm about to have a nephew and my baby sister is about to have a baby. And I'm like, they turn it into this whole thing about like how I want kids, you know? Like, can a man be excited to have a nephew? Can a man be excited to have his sister, who was told that she wasn't going to be able to have kids, who is now going to have a kid? I mean, like, they don't allow me to be excited for my sister's child. And, like, they turn that into such a negative thing. And it irks me a little bit, you know? Like, I had genuine enthusiasm for my nephew Parker. And that's really what it was. It's not about pressuring about kids or anything. I mean, like, I love my nephew. You guys know my love for my nephew. And yeah, like, it's just sad that she instantly grabbed that, my excitement for my nephew, and she took it literally in this moment, like, as it was happening. She took that and she's like, oh, you want kids. You always want kids. It's just kids with you, you know? Like, it's just as we were filming, there were so many moments that were like that were just like, she would grab onto these little things that had absolutely nothing to do with the drama and she would just make them way bigger than they had to be. You know, I'm excited about my nephew. I'm happy to have my nephew. Amira never met Connie's fiance, Parker's father. I thought that would be good because Amira was in my life before Parker's father ever came around, you know? So, yeah, those things seem like reasonable things to say.
Since his sister Connie got pregnant, Andrew is obsessed about having kids right away.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie.
He keeps pressuring me and asking me about a timeline, about when I'm gonna be pregnant. I want to be a mom one day, of course, but not right now.
That's scary, you know? If you have kids, you're pregnant and then you find out that it's not a good match.
That is definitely scary, dude. That's not
That's
something to
why I
think
don't
about.
want to have a kid and fight with you.
I'm trying to understand what specifically you're talking about in regards to this. But if you did come here,
You can see how confused I am even in that moment. Like, oh my gosh, my confusion is showing on this screen. Like, I even say, like, I don't understand really what you're on about.
To have a kid and fight with you.
I'm trying to understand what specifically you're talking about in regards to this. But
See, because every time it was just felt like out of nowhere. Like she was just coming out of nowhere. And I was like, okay, I'm really trying to figure out what's going on here and why you're doing this particular thing. You know? Like I just mentioned how excited I am to have a nephew. And now you're going off about how I'm pressuring you about kids. You know? And so I'm just literally sitting here like, okay, I'm trying to understand what you're going on about. The dog even looks confused. Yeah, you know?
But if you did come here, and me and you know,
Frankenbite.
we're quite happy. Our kids in the future,
That's a Frankenbite. That's a total Frankenbite. I didn't ask that question at that point. That's them taking that audio from another, probably me in the interviews, and inserting that. Here, you'll see it. You'll see it so clear.
To have a kid and fight with you.
I'm trying to understand what specifically you're talking about in regards to this. But if you did
Right here. It's happening right here. Listen.
come here, and me and you know, we're quite happy.
Here it is.
Our kids in the future,
Our kids in the future. You hear me? That's not me asking that. That's not me asking that at that particular time in that particular way. That's a Frankenbite.
But I can't know beforehand. I'm just telling you that if there's peace between us, it helps me. But if there fights between us, it's no.
it sounds like you're attaching the idea of children to some sort of behavior of mine. And that's difficult. I mean, we've been together for 2 years now, babe.
You can see
I'm not
how
trying
confused
to,
I am at
say,
all
like,
times.
oh, give them to me now or next year. I guess I'm asking for like a vague promise of children.
And it's up
like
to
5
you.
year time.
It is what I'm trying to explain to you. It is up to you.
I want our relationship to
The only aggressive person in our conversations is Amira. I'm recognizing that, you know? The only person that's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm literally like, I just want a vague promise. I don't, does a year, 2 years, with like, I don't care, you know, like a vague promise, you know? And it's like, oh, it's up to you. Blah, 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 blah. Like, it didn't make any sense. And the whole thing didn't make any sense. You see how confused I am. Andrew is pressuring me. Yeah, I'm not pressuring her at all.
be in a good place before we bring children into the picture.
That's
I just want
fine.
Andrew to behave better so that we can just have.
What did I do? What did I do? Like I keep, like, they just behave better. Okay. how? Where? On what? You know? Like, it's always like this casting aspersions on me without actual detailing what those aspersions are. And it's, that's bad. Like, I can't, it really annoys me. The aspersions she keeps casting, and, ultimately there's no detail to those aspersions. It's just his behavior. It's up to you. Oh, it's on you. You did. Like, it's just always these vague aspersions.
Peace and become good parents when the time is right.
I mean, I think that
She really just wanted to look like she was really playing it there. I see it
this
now.
conversation is a fight.
Oh la la, but come on, baby.
Look at
I
that.
think that our perception of things are a little bit different.
I'm being so genuine here. I'm being so genuine. I'm like literally like, okay, I think we're interpreting this situation different. I was like such a Buddha douche about it. Like, I was like, I think we're interpreting this situation very differently, baby. I'm sorry. I don't understand where you're coming from. I want to understand. I'm like, it's weird. It's very weird. And then she goes like, oh la la, baby, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I honestly have no clue.
Like, would you determine this conversation as a fight?
Oh la la, but come on, baby. Why are you talking to me like I'm stupid?
Oh, I'm not.
And of course it is not a fight here. I'm talking about when you're yelling at me.
Who's yelling? Who's yelling? She's the only one yelling. The only one yelling is oh la la, baby. No one is yelling. Like, how? Like, literally, I'm just sitting there like, no, baby, I'm not doing that. Like, I'm giving in all the way, trying to figure out where she's coming from. Like, she's acting like I'm calling her stupid. I'm not. I'm literally just trying to understand what she's coming from, because literally this is her taking producer's red meat out of nowhere and like digging into the kid thing simply because I mentioned my nephew, you know? Simply because I mentioned my nephew. Oh la la, baby. Oh la la. Oh la la, baby. Like, I literally feel like I said the most reasonable thing before she did that. Look at it.
I mean, I think that our perception of things are a little bit different. Like, would you determine this conversation as a fight?
I get it. Maybe I have a bad perception of myself. Maybe I'm not seeing things the way other people see things, and that's very true. I'm obviously not the most popular guy. But I don't think I was too off, like, being, like, I think we see things different, you know? Like, I don't think I'm confused by this. I don't think that was too outlandish, or even, like, I don't even think that I was demeaning her or patronizing her in that way. Like, and then she goes,
Oh la la, but come on, baby. Why are you talking to me like I'm stupid?
and that gives everyone the impression that I am talking to her like she's stupid. And I'm not. I literally say it right now.
Oh, I'm not.
And of course,
See? It's so strange. It's so strange. Like like, I feel like, am I wrong there? Am I not saying something reasonable? Because I really do want some self-reflection out of all of this, you know? And I'm really trying to figure it out. I don't think that was patronizing. Like, I just literally was saying, I don't think that we're seeing things the same way, you know?
it is not a fight here. I'm talking about when you're yelling at me.
Look at my face. I'm so thrown off by the things she says. I'm so thrown off.
Incredibly sorry that you feel that anything like that happened. Like,
Me too. My heart.
Look at that. I'm apologizing. Like, I'm apologizing for something I don't even know what I did. Like, And I'm like being like as sincere as I possibly can in my apology for something I don't even know. Like, I'm being accused of yelling at her. And so I'm like, okay, there's a moment in which you felt transgressed, and so I want to apologize for that transgression. And so here I try to do that.
Me.
Really incredibly sorry that you feel that anything like that happened.
They cut it so that I don't look.
At me.
I'm really incredibly sorry that you feel that anything like that happened. Like,
Me too. That hurts me.
Look at her. Look at her. Oh yes, me too. Me too. I am hurt that you yelled at me too. You know, that's it. Like, I'm so hurt that I'm really incredibly sorry that you feel that anything like that happened. Like,
Me too.
Look at that.
Hurts me.
Me too. Me too. Like, my gosh, I'm like really being as sincere as possible here. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm really incredibly sorry that you feel that anything like that happened.
And then she just,
Me too.
she did the same thing with Xavier. If you guys watched it with Xavier, whenever she gets that little, oh, I can sit on my little victim pedestal here. She did the same thing with Xavier when he kind of gave that to her. And I gave it to her here. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry if I did something like that. And then she goes, oh, she loves those moments. And she takes advantage of every single one of them. Oh, yes. Oh, huh? Uh-huh. Me too. You know? Like, that's her, you guys can see it in the show. She's literally doing it in real time in front of you. Didn't you feel set up in this moment? Yeah, I did. I did feel set up in this moment. Like you can see the expressions on my face. You can see the genuine like you see how set up I am, you know?
That hurts me.
From the moment that we first started talking, she expressed the desire to be a mom. That made my heart swell because I would want to start a family, and I'm like, oh, this is the person, you know? But something's changed. I'm sorry that you've come to some sort of conclusion that the nature of our relationship isn't worth bringing children into. And that hurts me a little bit too, because I did have a different perspective on it.
It seems like there's a lot weighing on you in order to pursue kids.
Well, yeah, according to Amira's analysis.
It's all the producers pushing that kid narrative. The kid narrative. Oh, it's all Andrew just wants kids. He just wants kids. He wants kids right now. He wants kids so that they can throw that in at the end when the real shit hits the fan. But no. It was never about kids. This whole fight wasn't even about kids. I literally mentioned my nephew, and it turned into a whole, like, thing about, oh, you're pressuring about kids, you know? This whole thing wasn't even about kids. Like, it's insane. Yet the producers want to make it about children.
Not material for it. So,
Not material for what?
for fatherhood.
That producer, on her.
No. I don't believe that. I think that I would make a really good father. I gotta get going. But we will be together in 10 days. And I hope that when
There's
you
so
come
many
here, you're able to
audio
perceive
cuts.
our relationship in a way that it's worthy of bringing a child into.
I am hopeful for us too.
I love you.
You guys can see the goofy way I talk, you know? I hope this relationship is, you know, something you can see bringing a child into. Like, I really do hope you can take a break from this drama. What a shame it all unfolded this way for you. Yeah, it's crazy. So why did you break up then? Oh, we're about to get to that. I mean, we're on episode 14 right now. We're going to hit 15 and 17 next. I'll probably be here till 2 a.m. And then we'll be done. It was over. She got an agent. She changed during the entire process of filming, you know. It was about money. Oh my God. You guys want to see this? Here's an interesting scene. I look like the worst.
You're not gonna talk to me?
I don't want to even hear your voice. Today we go to Las Vegas, but I feel like I want to go back to home. To Ukraine, I feel like I want to go back to Ukraine. Teresa,
What's the matter?
I'm sorry, I'm crying. Oh, I'm sorry, I have to talk to Maria.
Okay, here we
I
are.
cannot forgive him this.
Okay, here we go. Here's my town of Roseville. I love my little town. It's a good town. There's my daycare. There's my silly face. I bought that for the kids. Okay. Want to know something fun? Here's some fun facts for this scene right here. This is a fun one because we got some treasures in this one. This scene was actually filmed the day that Amira pulled the whole agent BS. This particular scene, and they're playing it as if it's before, but it was filmed on the same day, and they did it this way. I don't even know why, because so when she pulled the whole agent thing, it's such a long story, and we're going to get into it a little bit later, but they ultimately had a moment where they had her call me and act like she was going to be getting on the plane, right? And everything is back to normal, and this whole agent thing was just a fluke, and blah 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 blah, you know. And so, like, I talked to her, and then they have me go and film this scene. But if you go and check out my receipts, I actually tried to drop out of all the filming right before this scene, right before this even happened, because Amira was doing her whole agent play and doing all of that. So yeah, it's really weird, but they kind of did this little trickery thing to get me to come back around and still play ball and do this very particular scene. They had me picking up outside, and they did this a couple different times in a couple different angles.
Yeah, it's cool drink for you.
Oh, thank you. Amira's been quarantining in Serbia for 2 weeks, and in a few hours she's going to be leaving for the airport. And
oh yeah, they do portray it.
Nervous.
They do portray it that way. Then
5 days
it wasn't
before
a
this visa expires, so it's now or never. There are no more 14-day tricks up my sleeve after that.
I literally just got off of work. Like, the kids just went home. The kids just went home right there. Look how I'm exhausted. I'm so beaten. I am like at the end of a 12-hour day. They always catch me literally at like my worst moment, you know? Like, and Amira just pulled this whole agent BS during all of this. So I am looking like it right now.
Nervous, Mom. Really
When did
nervous.
she get on the plane?
Like,
I'm nervous she's not going to get on the plane.
right now in an
Oh,
hour
wow.
or so. Yeah, I'm worried if she's gonna be able to make it on the plane. I'm worried if she's gonna make it through New York.
At this point, I already know that she's playing games. As I'm saying this to my mom knows it too. She was right there. You know? So we're both incredibly nervous that is she really going to actually get on this plane, or what's going on? We have no clue what's going on behind the scenes on the other side here. And we're being asked to film this scene in the meantime. And in this scene, they even toss in kids still. They kept tossing in kids during a time where it had no place. The kids had no place in this particular conversation, but yet they kept tossing it in.
Think it'll be different than Mexico?
Well, people are still making it in through Serbia. So everything about the loophole should still be in place as it is right now. So she should be able to come to the United States.
Yeah. You have other concerns as well besides her coming?
See, this is where they tossed in the whole kid thing. This whole day was such a cluster F. Like, these scenes are completely just contrived out of chaos, really, you know? And they're trying to figure anything out from what's going on. And so literally in this moment, the producer's like, well, Andrew, how do you feel about the kids thing? How do you feel about the kids thing, Andrew? And I'm just like, I don't want to talk about it. And they're like, Andrew, please tell us how you feel about the kids.
Through the airports or?
The last time that we were on video chat, you know,
That was a Frankenbite.
it just seemed like we were seeing things completely differently. Like, she was really describing me as like an angry person and saying that, like, she doesn't want kids because we fight too much.
What? I with you every day, and I don't see you that way. These kids don't see you that way. The parents don't see you that way.
There are probably ample actual things about my personality that are edgier than necessary and need to be worked out.
I'm always willing to admit my own personal faults. I do have edgier parts of my personality. I mean, there are things that I could do better, you know, and I need to acknowledge and recognize those things at times. But this had nothing to do with kids. And the whole edgier part of my personality thing, these were questions being asked of us by production as we're sitting here. Oh, Andrew, how do you feel about this? Oh, Andrew, how do you feel about that? Andrew, how are you feeling about this thing? You know?
But
She'd known you for 2 years.
yeah,
You know, where was it at the beginning when she said she wanted a lot of kids?
maybe the topic of kids is a tough one for her.
It's just incredible that she would just bring that up right before she gets here. You know, why didn't she say that 6 months ago or a year ago instead of leading Andrew on? It just makes me...
In this chaos, it was not about kids. There was nothing about kids going on here. The freaking producers were just laying heavy on the kids thing on this day. They were going heavy on the kids because they did not want the fight to be about the agent. They did not want the fight to be about the back room of Sharp and everything that's going on there. They did not want the fight to be about production. They wanted the fight to be about something that they could use. And so they kept trying to throw kids into it, you know? They didn't want the fight that broke us up to actually be something about them and their role and their playing in it.
He's angry in some ways and sad. In the long run, you need to think about your future and what's best for you. Don't let her hold you back.
Nothing about kids. It had nothing to do with kids. It was all about the agent.
No, that's not the case.
I guess, we got 90 days to work through that. So there's some hope that maybe a face-to-face and some... just showing her my love. Just showing her all I've done. You've seen all I've done.
Oh, I have, yeah.
You know? Like, everything I can do, I'll do and am doing.
Mm-hmm. Has she talked to you or texted you?
I am like literally sitting right here. Amira's gone, like... They were playing this back and forth thing. Amira's gone dark on me. You could check the actual messages that were going on in my stories there, you know? Yeah, my mom is awesome, you know? I'm sitting here looking at my phone, and the thing that I'm thinking about, it's not about kids, it's not about anything. I'm literally thinking, is Amira going to get on this plane? Is Amira actually gonna... What's Amira gonna do? Is Amira coming or is she not coming?
What's going on with that?
I'm still waiting for her to give me a call. I mean, really, she should have gotten a hold of me already.
Wow.
Yeah. Her phone's off. There's 1,000 reasons why it could be off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I would feel really relieved if I was to get a word from her.
Just a little snippet of something, right?
Yeah.
I am at the end of my rope right here.
It's real early in the morning over in Serbia and Belgrade, and she's supposed to be getting on a plane in a few hours. And I'm stewing in a lot of anxiety right now about what could be going on. Is there anything going wrong? You know, the last time that I didn't hear from you, you ended up in a detention center. So it really makes me nervous.
She's probably pretty busy getting through the baggage claim and through the
That was a
security
Fed
and all
line.
of those things.
Yeah.
Maybe when she gets on the other side of it, she can give you a quick text.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, you should go get some good rest, or try to at least,
I don't think I'm going to sleep at all.
so that you can pick her up at the airport tomorrow.
Yeah.
They don't show it. I don't know. I mean, I didn't watch all of this, unfortunately.
You hit your head button? Okay.
Ready?
We're ready to roll.
So this whole fourth wall break that's happening right here, this was planned. This, like, so you're going to see this whole fourth wall be broken, right? Oops.
You hit your head button? Okay.
Ready?
We're ready to roll.
This is certainly going wrong.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Okay, I want to explain this. Here we go. All right. So they break the fourth wall, but they came in knowing they were going to do that. They pretty much told me. They said, "Andrew, we're gonna break the fourth wall. We're gonna have the producer talk to you as if, you know, it's happening right now," and blah 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 blah. I had already gotten a text in the morning, like many hours had already passed. It took them a long time to even come over to me. Like, by the time they actually got there, it was a completely different type of situation for me emotionally. And like, they had me basically walk out of my own kitchen like 6 times and sit on that couch and act in 6 different types of ways, you know. So this fourth wall break, they had many different options in which they could have gone with, you know, because they had me do it like 4 or 5 different times, you know. Like, so it's they did this. This isn't like, oh, we just broke the fourth wall and he's sitting down and we're catching him right now. No, this is very planned. This is to make it seem more serious and real. But I walked out of that kitchen many times. And I sat on that couch many times. I went through this thing many times. I gave a whole spiel to them over and over again. We did it 5 different ways. This particular scene.
This is certainly going wrong.
Yeah.
Andrew, what happened?
She asked that like 6 times.
I got a text from Amira.
So it's me acting. That's me acting a little bit right there. And I'm not like the best actor, but this is me kind of acting. Because they have me keep doing this scene over and over. Come out of the kitchen. Come sit on the couch. Tell us about this. Try it this way. Come out of the kitchen and be this. You know, like they really wanted to have this moment here. Because this was the big moment of breakup, you know? Like, for them. This is their breakup explanation. But they had this all planned out. The fourth wall break isn't as profound as you think it is here.
So, she didn't get on the plane.
She didn't get on the flight?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Hey?
We are almost there.
Previously on United in Fiance.
Every time I have to get out, I'm scared to death.
I am in Serbia where I have to.
All right, here is the actual explanation of the breakup. They actually don't go into the actual footage of it very often, it seems. The only footage of what they had was me talking to my mom about the kids, which was not the fight at all.
I don't feel like I'm happy. I'm not happy.
Okay, here we are. All right, guys. We've done it. We've made it through the season. They used her voice quite a lot. You can see that. They really wanted to run with Amira. They have so many plans for her. Oh my gosh. Like, they're building her up. Yeah, she went really super far. I mean, way out of her way. I mean, she could have been way more fair to me in these situations. I tried to be fair to her, and when I was speaking to the cameras, you know. The only person trying to control anything is her. The only person trying to control anything is her. It's absolutely insane. I'm trying to see your guys' comments. She got her 15 minutes of fame. She got it. Like, it's insane. This whole thing is insane. The fact that she's like, oh, I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to talk to him. Blah, 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 blah. I think production had a little bit to do with that. But I also think that it played into their narrative that they had constructed almost the entire time. And that really kind of is a nail in my coffin for the character that they've developed, you know? And then what they do at the tell-all even furthers that. If you guys cannot see that all these things are setups in order to develop a character, I don't know how to show you it even more clear. I got receipts for days. I'm trying to show you all the editing tricks and tools, you know? Like, I really kind of want to expose it all. All right. That is it for us on that season. Thank God, huh? We were done. That's a wrap on us. The sun has set on Andrew and Amira on that one. And that's the episode that leads into the tell-all. You know? It doesn't make sense to me. All right, so let's just jump to part 2 of the tell-all because that's really the one that I'm in, you know, I think. I don't know. I guess we got to see part 1 because there are parts.
Starting tonight on...
Here we go, guys. All right, let's start with my walk-in. All right, here it is. Oh, I think TLC had a big part in our play as well. Yeah, we'll do the tell-all right now. They tell you about reshoots and stuff like that. Okay. So I'm about to enter the tell-all, right? I was invited down to the tell-all, okay? I don't know why. I don't know why they had me there, but I was invited down to the tell-all. I initially refused to go, but ultimately decided that, hey, I should finish out this whole thing and close out the experience, and I kind of want to go and tell all, you know? And so I ended up saying yes to the invitation about a week in advance. So that probably threw them for a loop. And then I came on down there for the tell-all, and I was expecting to participate in an actual tell-all, you know? And so my experience of it is when I got there, everyone was kind of, like, they don't put you in the same hotel as everybody else because they don't want you intermingling. They don't want you making friends. They don't want you, you know, creating alliances with other cast or anything like that. So everyone's in different hotels. And when you get there, everyone's kind of separated, you know, and I'm all by myself because I'm solo. Amira's obviously in France, you know, so everyone else is there seemingly as a couple, except for like Mike and Natalie. And then I just go around and talk to them all, you know. I just went around and started chatting with everybody and, you know, making some contacts and getting to know them a little bit. And yeah, it was a surreal experience. And then they asked me to come on to set, and they kicked me off of the set. You know, why didn't they tell me that was going to happen before I even get there? You know, it was a complete setup. All right, guys, we got to go to the part two, and we'll get that done. I guess this is where I really shine in my petulance, you know. While Andrew continues to fight to talk to Amira. No, see, look how they even present the setup. You know, while Andrew continues to fight to talk to Amira, the only thing I was fighting to do was leave. That was the only thing I was fighting to do. I wasn't fighting to talk to Amira. I came there for a tell-all. Once they told me I wasn't going to have a tell-all, I was just leaving. Like, there isn't any, this setup, I have no point for it, you know? I get angsty about the way that they just describe these episodes while Andrew continues to try to fight to talk to Amira. That isn't the case at all. I'm not trying to fight to talk to Amira. That is not what I'm literally just trying to leave. That is it. Like, I can't catch a break. Literally they lied on me all the time on the Twitter, like, about the dad ticket and all this. Like, literally, even the words that they are saying on the descriptions, everything just paints this, like, negativity, this negative image of me. Andrew's fighting to talk to Amira. No! I'm in the car. I'm leaving. I'm begging for my phone. Like, Andrew fights to talk to Amira. That's how people are seeing it. That's what people read, you know? 90 days. This is probably the only truth you guys are going to get, you know? I doubt I'm going to do a Bears All or a Single Life or anything like that at this point. So, I mean, this is as good as it gets when it comes to truth. I mean, this is as honest as it gets, and this is as real as it gets, you know? Me showing you step by step everything from the first episode to the last, going through each and every process, each and every beat, each and every missed edit, and basically doing my dissertation here for you guys. You know? Do you regret any of how this played out, or do you just take it as a lesson? I regret some of it, definitely, but it's just a big lesson for sure. It's the only question I still have. It's a cliffhanger. I'm sorry, I don't know what the question was. Thanks for bumping into my live, guy. Andrew's expose. Explain. You guys want me to explain something. I'm trying to understand what you want me to explain. What do you want me to explain again? Don't do any further work with this circus. Yeah, I feel you. I don't even... This is a freight train. About the agent. You want me to explain about the agent? Okay. Yeah. Well, that was a couple episodes ago, but essentially the fight was not about kids, but about the fact that I was told she had an agent and that she was like the man in money, and it was not about love anymore. It was about fame. And that became incredibly clear when all that was manifesting literally moments before she was supposed to get on the plane. Yeah. Got any more questions, guys? Yeah, they're big scammers. In fact, you guys wanted to talk about scamming. Look at this. They're big scammers. If you ever get into the business dealings of that man, you will find some shady stuff. But here's one shady thing. Did you guys know that Amira managed a holding company? Want to talk about scammers? Right here. Amira never managed a holding company in England. The business set up by her dad, and dad put it on a shell on her and her name and a management. So you can totally tell. The skeeviness there. How and when did you find out about this information about him? I found it out the day she was supposed to get on the plane. Hours before she was supposed to get on the plane. Oh, how did I find this information about Amira? That's something you can actually kind of come up with on Google. You know? You guys can dig deep enough, you guys can find that one. Yeah, it's kind of like, it's like a, I don't even know what it is, but I think it's like a properties holding trading company. Like Amira had no part in it, and her dad is obviously not the most stellar businessman. So, what are you doing with the trading company? What are you doing with the trading company in England? Huh? I don't know. Yeah, I got all the receipts. I got everything. I don't know what her dad does. I'm told it's been translation services or something like that. You know, he works in translations. I've been live for like 9 hours. Double that. Best Friday night since pandemic. Well, I'm happy you guys stuck around with me. You know, I enjoy having a good conversation. I mean, I really do. I'm long-winded. I'm verbose. Amira's mom, you kind of saw her in one little scene. I pointed her out in my little thing tonight. But yeah, she's around. She's the main influence in Amira's life. Thank you. It's my Puerto Vallarta hat. You guys saw it on the show. What was Amira doing before she met me? She was a student. She was a student, and she wasn't very far from graduating. She had like 1 year left. And she was studying English, but she hated Shakespeare. Do you plan on finding someone else in another country again? Well, the heart goes where the heart goes. Did I get paid? Those are the types of things I don't really get into, but don't quit your day job. You know, don't quit your day job on that shit. Just wanted to say hi from the UK. Hi, Manchester. Are you a City or are you a United fan? Where's her mom? Her mom lives with her. She lives with her mom. Her mom sleeps on the floor and she sleeps in that little bed. Yeah, it was International Cupid for what website it was. I hope you both move on happily. Thank you. Me too. I hope she's happy and I want to be happy. If you ever come to Portugal, I will be... Well, thank you. I would love to see Portugal one day. I honestly didn't know much about you in the beginning, but you seem so real, super genuine. I appreciate that. You know, I'm here to be me. I'm an unapologetic me, you know, and I think that, you know, people want me to be apologetic me. They want me to be something else, and I'm not anything but me, you know. Hey, Canada. Hi, Beirut. Go Kings, that's right. You know it. Thank you. I appreciate all those good comments there. Did being on the show mess with your daycare? Oh, yeah. Oh, guys. I gotta show you something. Oh, my God. But I can't... I have to, like, get it off of my phone, so it's gonna be hard. I wanted to show you some of the hate I got on my business line. I got some calls that are just absolutely disgusting, you know. And so you guys can get a little taste of what this show does to people's real lives. You know, you guys saw I got dick bombs sent to me. I got I got reported for shit I didn't even do. I got bad reviews all over my business, all over the place. My business has been incredibly impacted by this. I'm just so lucky. I'm blessed that I have my clients because they know me, they know my family, they know our business, they know what we do, and they haven't left. And so we're still full, we're still operating, and we're still doing really well. But if I didn't have them, if I didn't have my clients, and if I didn't have the type of community that I already had before walking into this thing, I would be panicking. I would be freaking out. I wouldn't know what the future would hold. So I'm so blessed that I have my people, and they're sticking by me, and they're still around, Yeah, people drive by, they'd be weird. I got cameras up now and stuff, so I got deterrence. I got a bunch of deterrence, which is good. It makes people cautious. But yeah, I locked down my security. We're secure as shit, We're pretty good. Yeah, her mom sleeps on the floor, and she sleeps on the bed. Oh, the kids are great. The kids light up my days. They are really a brightness in my life, and happy to have them, really. Was it her or you that made the decision to come on the show? Anyways, I guess it was both of us, but it was really her. She pushed it. I didn't want this thing. I tried to drop out in the beginning. I tried to drop out in the middle, and I'm dropping out again in the end here, it seems. But yeah, I was not really big into it. Are your parents okay with posting kids? Yeah, I got media releases. I got social media releases. Did just need a few trained German shepherds. Oh man, that's right. Keep those people away. I'm glad you stood your ground and all to tell. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for sitting through it all and hearing me out and going through it. Don't yawn. It's 5 a.m. and I'm yawning. I know. It's 3 a.m. here. I've gone through it, guys. I went through this with you. I've almost done a 9-hour marathon of a tell-all to try to just get this truth out. It's a good way to spend a Friday night, really. I enjoyed it. Why does her mom sleep on the floor? I don't know. I think her mom kind of prefers it. I don't want to say that. I don't want to assume. But I think her mom's really into kind of Japanese style living and the floor mats and things like that. So I think that she prefers it. Are her parents separated? Yeah, her parents are separated. Would you do this all again? Probably not at this point. I never like to say never. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm here for you guys to hear it all out. It will spread like wildfire. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you guys are bouncing and going to bed, I totally hear you. I appreciate you. People are often impressed with my vocabulary, or sometimes some of the sentences I can string together. I can, I got a vernacular. Lexicomane lover. I read a lot of books, and I have a master's degree, so I enjoy it. I'll enjoy the intellectualism sometimes. No, I won't keep watching the show. I didn't even watch much of this season. This was the most I've watched in a single given time. I won't watch the show. Thanks for being entertained by it all. Alberta. Birds are singing. That's right. We're bringing in the morning. Bringing in the morning together. If asked would I return to the show, you got a nice paycheck for me? You got a nice paycheck for me? You could write me something that might make it worth it. Isn't every other dang word? God, bro, isn't there? Catch me when I was 21, bro, was probably every other word. Check out your DMs. I messaged someone. Oh, I have to check that out. Yeah, for sure. Wood Creek. Yeah. Sorry, guys. My DMs. I know if some of you guys are dropping in the DMs. It's tough some days. Like, it's really hard. I really want to do right by everybody there, and I got to do better in that regard, you know. But the DMs are a mountain sometimes. Time for your morning snack, right? Yeah. Hanging with Jovi was great. Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy, really down to earth, good dude, you know, good dad. Really seems to have a good disposition. I appreciate that. Yeah, we had some great adventure there, wine tasting, you know, all that goodness. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah, thanks for sitting through it all with me, guys. I appreciate you watching it, and, you know, there's also interpreters in French at the airport. I tried, guys. I don't know what I can tell you. I'm sure you guys could always find something that I could have done better at any given moment, you know? If she was banned from Mexico, it was because of some crime. I don't think she was banned from Mexico. If she's saying she's banned from Mexico, I think that's a misunderstanding of what happened. I don't think she's banned. I'm sure she would get asked a question or two if she went back to Mexico. She'd probably be asked a couple questions, but I don't think she's kicked out. In hindsight, we are all geniuses. Yeah, that's right. In hindsight, we can all know what was right. I do have some regrets on the whole thing, but I don't try to hold on to them too much anymore. Yeah, super ready. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. A lot of the reason that I'm even doing this right now is for the sake of posterity. You know, I know that I'm the most hated dude in the world right now, and like, it is what it is, and like, I'm not gonna be able to change that. But 10 years from now, perceptions change, and people ultimately start to realize how fake things are, and how things are presented to them. And you know, the fact that I'm out here laying out the receipts, getting everything out there, laying it on the record, just something I can look back on 10 years from now and be like, okay, I said my truth, I said my piece, and ultimately it's out there. And I can always look back to it and see that, you know, I did my thing. Thoughts on Yara? Yara's great. They changed overnight for a lot of people just with this live. Well, I appreciate that. I don't know how many minds have changed. I don't know how many people have come on through. I'll see that in the stats. I'll try to post this as a live. But, yeah. I know when I post this, I'll get all the haters who are going to come in, and they'll leave their comments, and they'll do their thing. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me and doing it and hanging in there with me. Yeah. I appreciate you giving me a chance to set the record straight. Thank you. Anaheim, nice. A lot of Californians here, probably because we're the only ones still up at this time. It's 3 a.m. But you know what, guys? I could keep rambling forever. I don't think that I presented this all as much as I really wanted to, because I wanted to do it on Twitch where it would all just stream so easily, but it didn't work out that way. But I hope you guys got to see it on the live here, and I hope that you guys saw some things in it. I hope it was worth it, you know. I hope you got something out of it, and yeah. Ask me your questions, send me your DMs. I'll do my best to get back to you on them, and You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you all. So I hope you have a happy Saturday, because that's what day it is. I started this on a Friday and now it's a Saturday. And I love you all. Thanks again. Bye, guys. Thanks. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for seeing the truth. Thanks for doing this with me. Thanks for sticking through it. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hugs. Lots of love. Shalom, brother. It's nice. Thank you. Danke. I appreciate all you. Take care. Yeah. Bye. All right, guys. Much love. It's been a blast. Bye, guys.